Listen, they mishandled you. They mistreated you. They fumbled you. They tried to play with you. They tried to abuse the relationship with you. Um, they took you for granted. Whatever the case is, they mishandled you. Now, one thing that might be circling in your brain is like, why wasn't I good enough? Why wasn't I good enough to be respected, to be treated fairly, to be treated with care? Like, what do you think this is? Why do people treat me like this? What's the disconnect? You know what I mean? Like, maybe you thought it was a mutual respect, a mutual understanding, a mutual love, a mutual, relationship or partnership or whatever the case is with your job, your partner, whatever the case is. You thought it was something mutual. In reality, they either self-sabotaged or they put themselves in a position where they fumbled the bag. Okay, bag being you. You are the prize. You are worthy. And if they fumbled you, then it's nothing personal. Okay, that's one thing you really got to get through your head. It's not personal. A lot of times, if you've been ghosted, if you've been rejected, if you've been put in a position where somebody stopped talking to you, it's really for your protection. You might not know always why somebody treated you the way that they did, but a lot of times it's really not up for us to try to decide or figure out or put pieces together or analyze or try to, put two and two together. It's not really for us to understand, okay? Just know that God has a greater plan for you, and his protection is going to cover you from all the bullshit, okay? So regardless of the fact, something happened, they mishandled you, they misjudged you, they mistreated you. Now, what you need to do as a person who feels worthy and knows they're worthy, you need to remove yourself from the situation. And I don't know what that means for you. It might take some time. It might take some healing. It might take some growth to get yourself to that point. And if they already left you, then good riddance, okay? If it's a situation that came and went, bye-bye. Because you didn't know how to treat me when you had me, you fumbled me, and now I need to look at myself and be like, okay, how do I protect myself so that doesn't happen again? Because you can't be jaded. Not everybody's gonna fumble you. Not everyone's gonna mistreat you. And there's a lot of actors out there. There's a lot of people who have masks on, who will tell you they won't mistreat you, tell you they don't treat you right, tell you they don't do this, that, and that. And then whenever the actual situation comes to play, and then they still playing. They're still playing, and the sun is not playing right now, but the sun's shining on me because what I'm speaking is facts, okay? They mishandled you, babes. Okay, you can't let them get away with that. Okay, and if you allow them another opportunity, what is it that's going to be different? What boundaries do you put in play that is going to allow you to protect yourself from that happening again? And you can't be naive, okay? Because if you put yourself in that situation again, you need to know that they could fumble you, mishandle you again. And are you willing to deal with that? Are you willing to go through that? Are you strong enough? Do you have enough self-resilience and self-reliance and, independence and, confidence in yourself that you can walk away the second time when somebody does it twice or 3 times or 4 times or whatever, how many times you're putting up with it? But in reality, you should know your worth so much and know how confident you are and know that you are God's creation. You are nothing to play with. So if they want to fumble you and mishandle you, that's on them. That's them self-sabotaging, okay? If they feel like they can get better, let them. Let them. I forget who it is who's on YouTube. And I'm going to put her name here because I feel like she should be mentioned, but I don't remember her name. And I don't watch a whole lot of her videos, but she does have this theory of like the let them theory. And it's just like, let them. Like, let it go, let them. Because you holding on to you know, why. Everybody wants to know the why. Like, why did that happen? Why, you know, why do I feel this way? Why did they make me feel so degraded, so belittled, so small, so inadequate, so unworthy, so, you know, not capable, or whatever the case is. You know, you can't sulk in the why, because you may never ever know the why. And honestly, you knowing the why or you not knowing the why is probably God's protection. So take that as just, okay, it is what it is. That happened. You know, you can't put your trust in all humans, because humans are untrustworthy. We're going to let you down. We're going to disappoint you. It actually says that in the Bible somewhere. I wish I knew the actual verse, but it does say, like, people will disappoint you. God is the only entity, being, that will not disappoint you. He has your greater good in mind. He has greater intention for you. So don't let a human being on this earth make you feel inadequate, incapable, unstable, you know, feel like you can't control your feelings, your emotions. You can't love yourself because somebody else didn't love you. Like, no, that's not how it works. You have to know your worth, know who you are and what you bring to the table, and know your value before you even allow yourself to pour into other people, because that sounds really getting me. Before you pour into other people, because you don't want to drain yourself of, you know, feeling like you aren't good enough. Like, that's an ugly feeling to feel. Nobody should feel like that. God created you because you're important. He put you on this earth because he saw value and purpose in you. And you have something to offer, whether it not be with that person that rejected you or made you or mishandled you or, you know, fumbled you. Okay, it may not be for that person. Okay, fine. Let them do them. But you on to attracting and manifesting what is actually for you, which may not have anything to do with them. They were just a lesson. Like, they were just a little person, company, association that didn't see what you had to bring to the table. And that's okay, because their eyes weren't made to see it. Like, it wasn't, the stars weren't aligning for them to see that. Like, because that's not what was for you. Does that make sense? Like, it wasn't for you. I think the biggest takeaway is, like, knowing when to move forward and just let whatever it was, and not holding on to the resentment, the grudge of, like, they didn't see me as good enough, and that's what I really wanted. Now, that might be what you really wanted, but was it really what you needed? And is there something better for you? Like, you might be sad about this, you know, but then God has something bigger planned for you. Like, just know that you didn't get that, or you didn't have that, or that person fumbled you because it wasn't for you. It wasn't for you, babe. I don't know how else to say that. But that was really on my heart today. Like, I had to tell people this. They fumbled you, babe. They fumbled you, but you didn't fumble yourself. You didn't mishandle yourself. Like, that's all that matters, is how you deal with it internally, because they have a lot of internal things to deal with themselves, and they're gonna have to deal with the fact that they lost you. So that's on them. That's their own self-sabotage that they're gonna have to work through later. You, on the other hand, you are an adequate being who is worthy of what it is that you desire. God put the desire in your heart because he wanted you to have that. It just wasn't with that person, or with that organization, or with that job, or with that opportunity. So keep it pushing. Do not, and I repeat, do not let anybody dim your light, okay? And I can't dim the sun's light right now. But what I can do is I can move out of the way. You see that? I'm not going to let the sun mishandle me because I'm out of its path. That was a silly metaphor, but y'all get what where I'm coming from. Like, this is a pep talk to you. I feel like you needed this. You clicked on this video, you clicked on this title because somebody had you fucked up. Can I say that and be real? Somebody had you fucked up. And you know what? They tried to feed you lies. They tried to tell you that you was going to get X, Y, and Z. They tried to tell you about the future. And guess what? They was lying. They was lying. They was lying. They didn't give you what you were owed. They didn't give you what you thought, you know what I mean, that you were ready for. And it's not on you to try to reel it back or to try to convince them. If they don't see it, they don't see it. And you don't need to spend time trying to convince somebody or persuade somebody to see your worth. That's a never a go. Like, let's like reroute our brains. Like, that's never good. We don't ever need that, because guess what? The people and the things that are for you will always see your worth in the beginning. Okay? And honestly, you know, people grow, people change. Like, we should give people grace. Yes. Yes. Okay? But by the time that they see your worth, you're on to the next thing. The thing that did see your worth. Or you're in a better space, a better headspace. You're healed. Like, if the stars align and that opportunity comes back, okay, great. You know, I'm not knocking that. But you got to let it go before that even happens. Because if you hold on to it and try to work on yourself in hopes to get that thing back, to see your worth, or to get that person back who would potentially finally see your worth, you've got to do all this manipulative stuff to try to to try to help them, see that, you're somebody who shouldn't be fumbled. That's too much work, y'all. When God put our worth in us and in our heart, and God already told us how valuable we are, we need to listen to him when he says that. Like, we are valuable beings. We are purposeful, intentional. Like, we have goals and plans and things that we want to do in life. And if people aren't pacing with us, then we just have to stroll next to them. Like, they are in their lane, we're in our lane. I'm focused on my goal, my vision, my dream. If it's not aligning, if you don't see what I have to offer, then we're not a match. We're not compatible. And guess what? I'm moving towards and I'm attracting people who are compatible for me, who do see my worth, who do know what I have to bring, who don't fumble me because they see my value. And I'm talking about this, y'all, because I feel this, like, and I've been feeling so powerful lately and so strong lately in the fact that I don't need to prove them shit. I don't need to prove shit, okay? It happens to us all. Like, we all experience rejection. We all experience what it feels like when we want something and maybe we didn't get it. Maybe there's some people that don't have that experience, but they're not really living a human experience if they haven't felt that. But regardless, people are going to try to play with you, okay? And with more healing and more growth, you're going to be able to get that discernment of, better discernment on people and whether or not they're being serious about you or not. And, you're going to give time to the things and people that actually know how to treat you and know how to approach you and know how to respect you and know how to show up for you. Like, so if it's not the people or the organizations or the job or the whatever it is that you're dealing with that mishandled you or fumbled you, if it's not what you got going on right now, you need to move on and get to the next thing that does. And that's the moral of the story. Like, you're wasting time dwelling on how you can convince them or the why. Like, let go of that and just keep going towards, what's for you. Because, babe, this world is huge, okay? There's opportunities to go around for everybody. There's people to go around for everybody. There's love to go around for everybody. You are loved. Even if you don't feel like it, you are. You're fire. You're fire. Keep showing up. Keep bringing what you need to bring every day and keep becoming a bigger and bigger fire. Like, You know, keep showing up, letting your light shine brighter and brighter, no matter who walks away, no matter who, you know, mistreated you and failed you. Keep it pushing. That's all I have to say. And I just really wanted to make sure that you knew that. So thank you for clicking this video. Hit that subscribe button. More self-improvement videos to come. I've got pep talks for days. I'm your motivational girly, DIY girly. Did my hair myself, you know, because I'm worthy. You are worthy. Hope you know that.